Are you ready? Elle's gonna give it to you. Gonna give it to you. Elle's gonna give it to you. Welcome to Leilani Drinks the Brown Stuff in my cold backyard, but it's very fitting once I tell you what whiskey we're getting into tonight. Now, I ended up getting this whiskey again off my Whiskey of the Month Club. So tonight, we are getting into the Cleveland Underground Rye with black cherry wood. Oh, whatever so happened to the lights? I guess the lights thought we were going all underground with it. So, like I was saying before, we are getting into Cleveland Underground Rye with black cherry wood. It is 90 proof, 45% ABV. It costs roughly between $30 to $40, and there's some controversy on the price, which we will get into. Now, this is batch number 1, bottle number 2364. The owner, head distiller, the amateur chemist as he calls himself, Mr. Tom Licks, considers his company a tech company that makes whiskey. And on July 17th, 2020, they christened their building in the middle of this damn pandemic. That's how hard they are. Off of Stone's Levy Drive, right on the Cuyahoga River. I like saying it Cuyahoga, and I'm not sure I'm saying it right, but I do like the flow of it. Now, they christened it with their Black Reserve whiskey, and it didn't break on the first try, which is a super cute video. So, Cleveland glass be hard, yo. The controversy comes in with whether they're whiskey, whether they're bourbon. What are they with this new age techno stuff? Well, they age their whiskey in New American charred white oak barrels, but for 6 months. Not very long. From there, they transfer that into steel tanks, from what I could gather doing all my research and reading all the blogs. From there, that's where they do the rapid age acceleration. They use pressure changes and oxygen infusion, and from that, their whiskey is ready within 24 hours to 1 week, guys. 1 week. It's all done. The whiskey trade body ended up telling Cleveland Whiskey that basically it ain't whiskey unless it's aged 3 years. So Cleveland Whiskey tried to find what they could do, and what they found was a loophole in bourbon. Bourbon doesn't state how long it's supposed to be required to stay in an oak barrel in order for it to be considered bourbon. So they had to call their whiskey bourbon. And from there, Cleveland still puts the smack down on them and says, no, we don't know what this is. They still can't ship to the EU, so no one outside the States is able to taste this. Just us, yo. So hopefully some of that gets to be a changing. So they ended up doing like 3,500 taste tests against Knob Creek's 9-year whiskey. And they do state that 54% of the time, they come out on top. I need to know if they come out on top against all the other whiskeys I've tasted. So tonight, that's what we're gonna do. Now, they have won over 60 medals and awards. Ones that they are most proud of is the Whiskey Distillery Innovator of the Year in 2016, and also winning the double gold in 2016 at the San Fran International Spirits Competition. They also won USA Distillery of the Year at the Berlin International Spirits Competition in 2018. So they putting it down on the awards. Now, what seems to be really humbling about this company, as I was looking through their website and seeing their blogs and looking at their recipes, they are most proud of partnering with Cleveland Clinic to make hand sanitizer during this time. He talked about it so much, and it was super cool to see this company that is a brand new whiskey company just helping out, helping around, helping Cleveland, damn it. Now is the time for the taste test. Ooh, 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 ooh. So, oh, this is a little easier. Oh, leather. Some cologne type goodness. Ooh, I think I could taste a little bit of that cherry. Ooh, that's interesting. Super interesting. Let's get into my woman's pour. Woman's pour. Woman's pour. Woman's pour. Woman's pour. All right, now this is a nice ruby red amber kind of color. You see that? Isn't that pretty? Oh, so what is it? Maroonish? That it kind of has the feel of. Now, before I get into this, I do want to tell you guys that they do repurpose spent barrels to make bourbon-infused smoker bricks. So if you're into grilling and want some of that bourbon-infused aroma all up in your food, they might have your jam. Now, I do also want to state that this will not be my first time trying something rapid aged. In LA, in downtown LA, there is a local whiskey called Lost Bears Distillery. And I got to go for my born day this past year in January. They use light, like heavy light. When we were on that tour and they turned on that light, the wattages, it got real warm really quick. They also had a female chemist, which was pretty dope. I did end up asking them, like, as far as you doing fast aged whiskey, like, how do the other companies feel about it? Now, they were super polite and they were just like, we haven't gotten that much kickback. And it's really nice to have read some of this Cleveland Underground Rye's kickback that they've gotten in order to make their whiskey, because they're stating like, yo, we are fighting to get our whiskey out there. Maybe I'll be able to do like a little taste against soon. Woodsy. I smell woodsy. Like I'm just walking through a forest. And it's that cologne feel of leather. It smells clean and crisp like apples. What was that? With a little bit of zest on the back. Smelling the zest. Is that a little bit of ethanol too? I think so. Different. And I think it's that black cherry wood, guys. It kind of hits you up front with the warmth. And then it goes into the mellower, almost like an orangey apple. Oh, do you hear that? Those sirens? They trying to get into our underground, yo. It's not gonna happen. So yes, the orange is coming through. A little hint, baby hint of vanilla. And because I haven't had another whiskey with black cherry wood before, the flavor profile is definitely a kind of evolving and just in my mouth. It's like little bits of Christmas. It's like unpackaging little gifts. Orange, then vanilla, a little bit of the caramel right into the wood kind of apple leftovers. That's the best way I could describe it, guys. Yum! But in such a different way, which is what I like about these new companies that are giving you more bang for your buck. Now, a lot of people are angry about the price point because there are whiskeys that have been aged longer. And for them to charge that amount, it just seems unfair to certain whiskey companies, from what I understand. If you're gonna get a whiskey this interesting and this smooth and this different and that you wouldn't know had you not read the back of the label or known about it, I mean, it's got a good mouthfeel, you guys. Wow, with a nice little burst of apple. Yeah, so you guys, for this bourbon rye, whiskey rye, whatever they want to call this, Leilani drinks the brown stuff is gonna have to give underground Cleveland. Let me take another sip. 4 kisses. Mwah, 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 mwah. I don't care how they make it. I really don't. It's tasty, it's delicious, it's different. Instead of just one woodsy kind of feel to it, I feel like I have a forest in my mouth. Who doesn't want a forest in the mouth? Cheers.